Alright guys, welcome back to Gunpla News episode 27 for February 2017. This is part 3 updates. Alright, let's get into the updates, as this usually tends to be the longest part of Gunpla News just because there's a lot of stuff to go over. Let's get into it. The first thing is the metal build F91 Gundam is supposed to be out in March for 19,000 yen. I haven't really seen too much about this recently, so as far as I know, March is still the release date for that. Next, the metal build Gundam Astray Red Frame, powered red, and 150 Gerbera option set. So this is a really huge set here, and the price reflects that at 21,600 yen. For this is going to be out in June, just a version of the metal build Gundam Astray that also includes this stuff here for the powered arms and that big, huge, giant Gerbera handle, which has a lot of gimmicks and a whole bunch of stuff built into it. Check that out if you're interested. So a lot of stuff that actually does. It looks like a really cool set, but it's very, very expensive. Next thing is the Metal Robot Spirits, 00 Riser, and GN Sword 3. This is out in May for 13,000 yen. These are expensive, and these metal robot spirits don't come out very often. They do look really nice if you're into collecting these figures and like doing like figure photography and things like that, especially. They look like great figures, but obviously not with that price, it's not really going to appeal to too many people, I imagine. Next is the Tamashii Web Shop exclusive Robot Spirits Gun Tank and White Base set version anime. This is out in March for 8,500 yen. Just the Gun Tank version anime, and then you get also this kind of like little set backdrop kind of thing, hanger, that looks like the white base. And it looks really cool how it's like designed and how like the image for like the back of it looks like kind of the artwork style like from the anime. So if it's fitting and looks cool. The next is the P Bandai Robot Damashi Prototype Dom version anime. This one's out in April for 6,500 yen. Also very cool, cool design. If you want to get this in kit form, you can get it in the really old 80s kit, but would be kind of cool to have a newer HGUC or something of that design. And next, Robot Spirits XCA Signature Gundam Mark V Marking Plus version. So this is going to be out in July for 10,000 yen. Love the Mark V design, would really love that as a model kit, but it's probably not going to be happening anytime soon. Also is the Robot Spirits XCA Signature Phaz. It's supposed to be out sometime this year, but I haven't seen any more new information about that. But with them, just recently they did the XS, and then now the Mark V Marking Plus version is coming out. And then I thought there was supposed to be the Zeku's Y was coming out. I haven't seen more news about that one recently, but then the Phaz. So they're doing a lot of Sentinel stuff, or working on a lot of Sentinel stuff, it seems like now. So I'm sure that will be coming out sometime maybe later this year. We'll have to wait for some more updates about that. Then there's the Armor Girl Project MS Girl S Gundam. Haven't seen any news about a release date or a price for this, but these line of kits usually tend to be pretty expensive. Not kit, I should say, figures. These figures tend to be pretty expensive, these MS Girl figures, but they look really cool. I mean, I wish they were cheaper, and I don't know, I guess I'm not really too into figures, I suppose. I prefer to just build stuff myself, but this does look cool, and like the MS Girl S Gundam is a cool design, and you know, who knows if they'll probably make like an XS add-on set for this or something. Kind of surprised that hasn't been announced yet, but maybe later on this year. Speaking of X, there's the Formania X new Gundam out in April for 21,600 yen. This one also really super expensive, just like bust and a bunch of like kind of really detailed aspects of this kind of bust of the new Gundam there to that. So another thing that's like really for only like crazy Japanese collectors, but you know, I imagine that maybe possibly one or two of you out there might also be interested in that. Next is the Mega House PVC series Mikazuki August and Orga Itsuka figures coming out in March for 11,000 yen each. Again, I've been talking about these for a long time, so you guys can see that. Nothing new really to say about those. Those are also very expensive. Then the Next Edge style Wing Gundam EW version is out in March for 3,000 yen. Much more reasonably priced. And these Next Edge figures do look pretty nice. I still haven't ever bought one, and I don't know if I really ever will, but they do look nice anyway. And this one looks good as well. Next, the Universal Unit Gundam GP03 Dendrobium is out in March for 18,000 yen. Again, pretty expensive. Definitely much more expensive than the HG Mechanics Dendrobium. Definitely cheaper than the HGUC version, so it's kind of in between there. But the thing about this is that you don't get to enjoy actually building it yourself, so that's not any fun. But also the Universal Unit Hummingbird blue version is going to be out in March for 3,800 yen, and then there's going to be a P Bandai red version that's going to be out in March as well for 3,800 yen. Really cool Hummingbird. That as well I think would be great for the RE100 line Bandai. Then also there's just Universal Unit set number 4 is going to be out in April for 5,400 yen each. Again, that's for a box of 10 of them, including the new Gundam, the V-Dash, the Victory Gundam V-Dash, and then the Ground Gundam and the Gun Easy. So again, there's 4 different mobile suits, but each one has 2 different forms. So that's why the Victory, one is the Victory Gundam, one is the V-Dash. The new Gundam, one has the fin funnels, one has the, I think, shield and beam saber, if I remember correctly. The Ground Gundam, the 2 different versions just have different weapons, and then the Gun Easy, again, as well. It's just different weapons on those. Next, the P Bandai Assault Kingdom Phaz. This one is going to be out in March for 1,800 yen, so not really too bad price for that. I think the full armor Double Zeta Gundam, like the regular color version, was more expensive. That was because it also came with the ride launcher. I don't know what that's called anyway. This one does not include that, so it's just the Gundam itself and like all the extra armor and everything. So this Sentinel colored version of this is definitely cheaper, which is nice if you're into collecting Assault Kingdom figures. Gundam Converge Series 6 is out in April for 5,400 yen. Again, that's for a box of 10 of them. This is the Wing Gundam EW, Heavy Arms EW, Gundam Mark II Titans color, and the Hammurabi, the Cascade, and the Cascade Titans color version. So really cool stuff in this set. I was really wanting to pre-order this set from Hobby Link Japan, and it was order stop for a long time, and then it was available again, and I waited like a day, and then it was order stop again. So I was like refreshing it every day, like waiting for it to be available again, and finally I got it. It was available for pre-order again, and I finally got my pre-order in for that. So I will be getting this set of Converge figures. Really looking forward to that. I'm mostly getting this just for the Cascade figures. The other ones, I'm not sure what I'll be doing with those yet. I haven't quite decided which ones I'll keep or give away or something. So we'll see about that. Anyway, next is the Converge EX15 Neo Zeong out in March for 3,500 yen. That actually looks like a really cool version of the Neo Zeong. I would actually kind of be a little bit interested in getting that now that I'm looking at it more. Because I have the SD Neo Zeong, and I need to get around to building that sometime, but I'm sure I'll never get the HGUC version. So just if I wanted another like small Neo Zeong, I think this would be a cool one to get, so I might actually look into that. Also because it would be nice to have a Converge Shinanju, which as far as I know, that comes with, because the regular just Converge Shinanju is quite expensive because it's a little bit rare now. So it'd be nice to be able to get that. Then there's also going to be the Converge UC0096 Final Battle Set. This is going to be out in March as well for 7,200 yen, so double the price. Because this comes with the Neo Zeong plus the Psycho Shard effect parts, plus the Unicorn Gundam in Destroy Mode Awakening version. So it's just Unicorn mode in green Destroy mode, and it also comes with like the 3 funnel shields and all that kind of fun stuff. So you can do all of that. It's pretty expensive though. There is one more Converge thing, the P Bandai Converge Core New Gundam and Sazabi Metallic Finish version. This is going to be out in April for 3,200 yen. It's just for the set of the 2 of these, so it's just like a special, like limited set of the New Gundam and Sazabi in metallic colors, which is cool if you're like a really big fan of Char's Counterattack or something. I could see that being worth it for you maybe. Next, the Figurized Bust Lacus Klein is going to be out this month for 1,800 yen. We finally got the box art for that, and still no news about any other further Figurized busts. So I don't know. Again, we've got the in about a month from now is going to be the next Gunpla Expo in Japan in Hokkaido. Maybe at that time we'll see some news about some new Figurized busts. I hope they continue the line because it would be cool to see some more cool pilots getting released. Then also the high resolution model Wing Gundam 0 EW. Again, still haven't really seen anything new about that, but again, hopefully maybe we'll see something about that at the next Gunpla Expo. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Then we got some P Bandai stuff on the way. The first thing is the P Bandai HG Iron Blooded Orphans Reginlays Ioku Kujan custom version. That's out in March for 1,400 yen. Again, it's just a recolored Reginlays, and it comes with the long rail gun that was included in option set 7, which I had a lot of trouble with, but it is a really cool gun anyway. Also, the P Bandai HG Iron Blooded Orphans McGillis's Gray's Ritter is out this month for 1,400 yen. Again, that's just a recolored Gray's Ritter. And it comes with 2 swords instead of just the one, so not really a whole big thing there, but again, that's something that's out very soon this month. Also out this month in February is the P Bandai HG Crossbone Gundam X3. So this is 1,200 yen, very reasonable price for this kit. I mean, the Crossbone Gundam's pretty small, but this kit, along with a lot of pretty much every other version of the Crossbone, comes with so many accessories. It's really cool. It's a really nice kit, and just for all the different accessories and stuff that you get, 1,200 yen for the price for that is really cheap. Again, if you can get it at that price. If you guys are wondering, people often ask me where to order P Bandai stuff. If you're living in Asia or like on this side of the world, I would recommend getting your P Bandai stuff from Samuel Decal. That's who I get my stuff from. His prices, I think, are pretty good. If you're living in North America, I know like Gundam Planet, I believe, gets P Bandai stuff, and who else? Gente Kits. Gente Kits would be another good one if you're living in North America. I've actually bought 1 or 2 things from him before, and he's a cool seller as well. Also here we have the P Bandai HG The Origin Boog. This is also out this month in February for 1,600 yen. This is just another color swap Boog, and so instead of the Rumbaral blue version, it's just the white and orange kind of mass production type version. I really love those colors, so whenever I get around to painting my Boog, probably will paint it in something like that. Also, the P Bandai RE100 Ribau is out this month for 4,200 yen. We'll be getting that kit, but not this month. I'll probably get that next month, I think. Maybe like the end of March. So I'll probably end of March, beginning of April is when I'll be getting that. And then also the P Bandai Perfect Grade Unicorn Gundam 03 Phoenix. That's also out this month, I believe, this month or next month. For 43,000 yen. So that one I will also be getting from Samuel Decal. So my next stuff from Samuel Decal will include those kits, the Ribau, the Phoenix, and the Devil Arts Providence Gundam as well. We'll be getting that from him. So the Master Grade Providence Gundam from Bandai, anyway, Bandai's version, is going to be out in March. So not too long off now for 5,400 yen. And it's looking better than it originally looked for me. I originally was really disappointed with how it looked. It's looking a little bit better now that we've seen it in some different poses and we've seen some more of the gimmicks and features of it. Not really a whole lot of really gimmicks to it. It's pretty much what you see is what you get. But what it does include is just, from what I can tell, it looks like the just regular standard kit is going to include a just kind of basic 1/100 scale base. So I guess that would be like the Freedom Gundam 2.0 came with just the regular base. And it's also coming with effect parts, which is a really big surprise. I would not have expected that, but apparently it's coming with some clear effect parts for those funnels, for Dragoons, I should say. But then there's also going to be a separate version, like a special version that is going to be costing 1,700 yen more, so it's going to be costing almost $20 more. But in a special version, you do get like a special base, which is like the Zafta logo. Action base for that, and then you also get a big sheet of waterside decals. So it's like a big, huge, like looks like A4 sheet of waterside decals that are for the Providence as well as like other Seed mobile suits, which is really cool. It's nice if you're really into Seed and you have a lot of Seed Master Grade kits. I would definitely maybe recommend that because that'd be a really cool set of watersides to have. I mean, you can probably get all those watersides from a third-party seller at a different time, a little bit later if you really wanted to just wait, but not saying anything, but just saying. The Master Grade Double Zeta Gundam Verka is still coming out later this year, but we really haven't seen too much more about that. Again, hopefully we'll see more about that maybe in Hokkaido next month. But yeah, we kind of saw like a little bit of artwork related to that, but nothing really that really hints to too much of like what the kit is actually going to look like. Next, speaking of the Master Grade Freedom Gundam, this is the Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0 Dramatic Combination Set. So this is out this month for 5,800 yen. So it's just the Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0, and then it also comes with the figurized bust for Kira Yamato. And then it also comes with a different base. It comes with the Master Grade Renishida's base. So this is just the Master Grade that came with the Finichi Renishida kit, which is a really nice action base actually that comes with that. So, but anyway, if you already have the Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0, I highly doubt that the inclusion of the figurized bust and the different base is really going to make you want to buy another one of that kit. So I don't know how well that's really going to sell. I think this is a little bit of an experiment that Bandai is doing currently with this one, and then the next release I'm going to talk about as well. And I don't think it's really going to work out for Bandai too well, but we'll have to see. So yeah, the other thing that seems to be in that same kind of experiment is another just re-release kit. It's just the Master Grade RX 782 Gundam, the Origin version, coming out in March for 5,600 yen. So this one as well, it's not coming with anything new. It's just that some of the parts are in a different color. So like the V-fins, different color, the Vulcan cover is different color, like a couple of the joint covers are a different color. The only thing that this comes with that's new is that it comes with a set of 2 LED units. So those 2 LED units were not previously available just in the standard retail sale. So that is nice, but yeah, just this kind of just re-releasing kits with like new stuff added into the box. I can't imagine if that's really going to be really worth it, but I don't know. We'll have to see if Bandai really continues that trend or not. Next thing, concerning the next RE100, which again, as we can be pretty sure is the Hama Hama, we still haven't gotten any news about it, unfortunately, so I don't know. And the next is the RG Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsumina out in April for 2,500 yen. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm actually kind of really surprised that it's at the standard price point of 2,500 yen. For a while, that was just the standard price for all of the RG kits, and then it kind of other kits were a little bit more expensive. So I was expecting this one actually to be 27 or even 3,000 yen for this, just because of like all this stuff, and it has quite a big like intricate backpack and everything as well, similar to like the Strike Freedom, but it's 2,500 yen, which is really nice. Speaking of the backpack, a really cool gimmick that was shown off too is that like the wing backpack has some like extension parts which like it can like pull apart, so it looks like a really cool gimmicks built into that. So that makes me like even more interested in this kit. I'm really looking forward to this kit. Also, from what we can see in the photos, it looks like I thought this at first and then didn't think it and thought it, and I'm thinking now that maybe like some of that black plastic is going to be like that really super high gloss like we saw with the RG Shinanju in red, like that they're going to do that same kind of thing for the black on this kit. Really hoping not, because for the people who don't paint, that's going to look pretty bad, the nub marks on that, but we'll see. I guess it doesn't really matter for me, but alright, getting into Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is the bulk of stuff here. We have the 100 scale Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. So we had just last month, we had just kind of teaser image for this, but we knew it was going to be the like final form of the Gundam Barbatos. So this is going to be out this month for 3,000 yen. Some interesting things to mention about this, and I'm sure you guys have probably already seen a whole lot of this on Facebook or whatever. The first run of this is going to include an action base and a couple of stickers for that. So if you want to get this kit, get it right away, so that you can get a free action base with it as well, just a white action base one. It's also going to include not the first production run, but I think this is all of them after that. So just talking about just the standard release, includes a small little stand for the giant mace weapon for this, and that looks to be like the same kind of stand that they used for the Gundam Hashmal kit. So it's got that, which is unfortunate that that giant mace is so heavy that it has to use that stand. I've also seen pictures where it's showing that stand used for the super hard wire blade tail thing off the backpack of it, so you can use it for that as well if you need, which I doubt that you're going to need. Also, really interestingly, in those huge giant gorilla arms that it has, in the back of the arms it actually has like sub-arms, these little mini sub-arms that fold out of the back of the arm, which is a cool thing. Not really sure what you're going to really be able to do with those very effectively, but we did see like in one of the promo images, it's like holding one of the Gray's axes in that little sub-arm, so you can hold some stuff with that. Also, interestingly, the giant mace has a working pile driver gimmick, which really should have been included with the original mace, but hey, anyway. Yeah, so this one is actually going to have that though, so that's cool. It just looks like it's just going to be like the whole like staff part of the mace just slides through, and just to make it so it actually has like a working pile driver in it. So it's a cool gimmick anyway that they did decide to actually put that into the kit. There's things that I like and things that I don't like about the kit. I like that it's so different and it has like the huge big claw hands and everything, but that along with the giant feet just make the proportions just a little bit, I don't know about that anyway. There is also going to be the HG version. The HG Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex is also out this month for 1,400 yen. It's all pretty much the same. I'm guessing the HG version obviously isn't going to have the pile driver gimmick in the giant mace. I'm assuming sub-arms in the arm as well. Not really sure if the HG is going to have that. I haven't seen that anyway in the promotional images yet. But anyway, the HG version, obviously don't expect it to be quite as nice as the 1/100 scale version, but on the plus side, it's half the price. The HG Iron-Blooded Arms MS Option Set 8 and SAU Mobile Worker is out this month for 600 yen. That's including some parts to make like the Sharpvector Gay Rail, and then it has like those big, huge like pickaxes and a couple of other like kind of wrench pickaxe looking things for the Gundam Barbatos, and it also has open hands for the Regenlays, which is nice. So yeah, it looks like a pretty cool set. The Mobile Worker, like I said before, I think looks like something out of like Metal Slug or something. It looks too cute and silly. But anyway, there's also going to be the HG Iron-Blooded Arms Option Set 9. This one as well is going to be the second set to not include a Mobile Worker in it. This one's going to be out next month in March for 600 yen as well. This one just includes parts to modify some other kits. So it has different legs to make the Landman Roadie. It has different parts to make the ground type grays, so it has different feet and backpack and sword for making the ground type grays. You will also need the Grays Ritter though to make the thigh armor for that, the correct type. This has the head for the Gabriel Sharpvector. I really hate that head. A lot of people are like really stoked to be able to make that Sharpvector Gabriel. Why? The head is so ugly. It's like UFO, like 1950s, like UFO shaped head. I don't know, it looks pretty ugly to me, but just my personal opinion, I guess. And then it also has a couple more of like the long style Grays rifles that you can use with the Rebake Full City or kind of whatever. Those aren't really new at all, but it has a pair of those. So overall, pretty cool option set. If you have some of those kits, you can now modify them and make them into different kits. Another cool new thing is the HG Iron-Blooded Orphans Regenlays Julia. This is something else that we had a teaser silhouette image for this before, but now we're seeing like full information about this, and we even got the box art and everything already because this is going to be out very soon. This is out this month for 1,400 yen. Some cool gimmicks worth noting. It has like legs within its legs, so you can see like most of the images are showing off with those like really long legs that like come to a point with like these like blades at the end. But it actually does have just regular legs inside there that actually just kind of come out. So that's kind of interesting if you just want to have it just standing. But I'm assuming that's also going to be coming with that small, simple base for that you can use. But really, really cool design though as well. It also has like the kind of like swords. I don't know what you would actually call this, where it's like one solid piece, but then it can also be turned into like a whip kind of thing. So like a whip sword. I don't know. I'm sure that has some specific name, but it looks like a cool weapon as well. So this one is a release that would be really cool to see in 1/100 scale. Or even just the regular standard Regenlays in 1/100 scale would be really nice, but maybe not going to happen, I guess, at this point, but it would be cool. The HG Iron-Blooded Orphans Gundam Bale is out this next month in March for 1,400 yen. So like with the Barbatos Lupus Rex, the HG and the 1/100 scale are coming out in the same month, this month, and then next month, the Bale HG and 1/100 scale are both out in March. So this one as well looks to be like pretty much most of the same gimmicks, same kind of everything as the 1/100 scale version, just less detail, basically. So it's a cool mobile suit. A lot of people were maybe a little bit disappointed with the colors. I've seen a lot of people complaining the color is too plain or something, and some people love it. Me, I'm okay with it. The thing that I don't like about the design, especially in terms of like the colors and design, I don't like the logo on the shoulder. It looks really kind of dumb, and it looks like it's going to be actually like molded into the shoulder armor, which I hope is not the case. Easy enough to, I guess, fill and sand over with just some putty. But anyway, next is the HG Gundam Voile. Voile, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This one we saw at the Gunpla Expo last year, and then I didn't really see any news about it, so I wasn't sure if it was actually coming out or not, but then we did get confirmation it is coming out in April for 1,400 yen. This one, as far as I know, comes from like the same side story as the Astaroth. So if you guys are one of the people who are still wondering when is the Astaroth Gundam going to be appearing in the anime? It doesn't. The Astaroth Gundam, as well as this Voile, as far as I know, is also from that same just side story manga, so you won't actually see this in the series at all. But anyway, that wraps it up for Iron Blood Orphans. Next, there are a few more things from Gundam Build Fighters, if you can imagine that. Gundam HD Build Fighters Papa Guy is out this month for 1,800 yen. So this is just a new version of the Bear Guy, but it's in like black and gray, and it has like a hat and mustache and everything. So yeah, a new version of the Bear Guy kit there, the Papa Guy. Also have the new versions of the Petite Guys, the HD Petite Guy Bittersweet Brown and Chocolate, and the HD Petite Guy Soda Pop Blue and Ice Candy are out this month for 550 yen each. So again, just new versions of the Petite Guy. Then the HD Build Fighters Amazing Strike Freedom Gundam. Every time I see pictures of this, I'm thinking like, is that really happening? Are they really making that kit? Just because it looks so ugly. Just my personal opinion, but that red frame and just like the use of the Strike Freedom's funnels, like funnels attached onto the rifle, funnels attached onto like these like double riser kind of style backpack looking parts, and I'm just not really a big fan of that design. But I don't know, maybe once I see it actually, once it comes out and I can see it kind of in person and kind of imagine it's in some different colors, some less obnoxious colors, maybe I'll like it a bit more. But this is coming out in March for 2,200 yen. The Amazing Strike Freedom Gundam. That one also from a side story manga, by the way. Anyway, then getting into Gundam Thunderbolt, we have the HD Atlas Gundam, and we're starting to see some more images of that, and I'm getting pretty excited about the release of that just because it's so unique. Actually, I still am not really too big of a fan of the design of the Atlas Gundam, and it's a really unique design, and it has this kind of really big, huge, very unique parts, and it has that really long gun, which I like kits with big guns and everything, but it's kind of weird. But I'm just really curious about the kit, really, to be honest, just because it's so strange. Anyway, one thing that I think a lot of people are worried about and is the fact of how many stickers it's going to have, because it has a lot of like black and yellow, white, like a little lining and everything, and small little color apps around all over that. So I'm sure it's going to be a very sticker heavy kit. And even with all the stickers, it's still going to be missing a lot of color apps, I'm sure, in the HG scale. So hopefully they make a master grade. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but it could happen, I guess. Anyway, this is out in March for 2,200 yen. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that one goes. But I'm looking forward to getting it and seeing what it's like. We also had the HG Gundam Head GM from a Gundam Thunderbolt version. This one is something we saw on display at the expo, but haven't seen any further information about that yet. So don't really have anything to report on that one for you guys, but we'll have to see. Next is the HG Accelerate Evolution Zeta Gundam. It was originally shown as Accelerate Evolution. Now I've seen it as a Gunpla Evolution Project, so just Gunpla Evolution Project. So I don't know. Anyway, it still has just the regular HGUC logo, so it's just a HGUC Zeta Gundam. It's basically a Revive Zeta Gundam, but for whatever reason, I guess they're just kind of dropping the Revive line. And just gonna maybe have this new name now for this year, and maybe next year they'll change it again. Who knows? This is gonna be out in April for 1,800 yen, and basically just looks like a nice new HG Zeta Gundam. Some people are speculating that maybe it will fully transform without doing any parts forming. I was thinking that as well, but taking a look at the most recent images that we have for it, I'm thinking maybe it doesn't. Maybe it is going to be parts forming and not fully transforming. We'll have to wait and see. I really don't care that much because I don't have anything against parts forming kits. If that's more stable, then I'm all for that. I would rather have that than have like a fully transforming kit that's just kind of really janky, everything like the real grade. So we'll have to see, I guess. Next is the HGUC Barzam. This one is supposed to be out in the spring, but again, we haven't seen any other new information about this yet. So yeah, I don't know about the HG Barzam, but it's still on the way apparently. We did kind of see some new artwork, at least, for the HG Gundam Tristan from the Twilight Axis manga. This one's going to be out sometime this year. Haven't gotten any more solid information about it, except for just that we just got some new artwork, and that's pretty much it. It's a cool design, though, kind of at different aspects of a few different mobile suits in there. So looking forward to seeing some more about that. And the last thing is the SDX Standard Banshee Norn. I believe that's out this month for 600 yen. So yeah, just SDX Standard Banshee Norn. That's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sure we'll get, like I said, a lot of updates in the Hokkaido Gunpla Expo, which is going to be, I think it's March 8th. So next month's Gunpla news I'll maybe put off until maybe just after that. So I usually try to get Gunpla news done in the first week of the month, but next month I'll maybe do it in the second week, just because I want to be able to talk about all the news from the Hokkaido Gunpla Expo at that time with you guys. So anyway, that's it for part 3. I'll see you guys in part 4. We're going to be talking about some resin and third-party stuff.